Ray-Ban Meta glasses come with open-ear audio, so you can listen to your favorite music without blocking out the world around you.
Hey Meta, play Gorgeous.
Here's Gorgeous by Doja Cat.
You can also ask Meta AI questions.
Hey Meta, when's Doja Cat's next concert?
Doja Cat is playing at the Los Angeles Theater next Tuesday.
Sweet.
Ray-Ban Meta glasses, available at Ray-Ban stores and other authorized retailers.
This episode is brought to you by McAfee.
I found this great place to stay this weekend.
Click on the link and book it.
Oh, wow. McAfee alerted me that this site is fake and even blocked it.
Cyber criminals create fake sites to steal your passwords and financial data. McAfee identifies and blocks these sites to keep you safer online, so you can book your trip without worry. Learn more at mcafee.com/online protection.
Disney's Lilo & Stitch has finally landed on Disney+. Now you can watch the global phenomenon at home with your Ohana.
Be good for 1 second.
Lilo & Stitch is verified hot on Rotten Tomatoes with an audience score of 93%.
Perfect.
Stitch is also cute and fluffy.
Disney's Lilo & Stitch, rated PG, now streaming on Disney+. And right now, you can get Disney+, Hulu, and all of ESPN with an incredible limited time offer. Terms apply.
Hey everyone, welcome to this edition of Keep Watch Pass on the It's Not That Bad podcast channel. You know, it is currently December in Canada as we are recording this, which means it is cold as F. So the best way to counter this is to talk about movies set in sunnier climes. And I think I know a good spot because there is nothing as warm as the desert. We're going to go all the way to Las Vegas, baby. And here to join me, my lovely wife, Carrie. Carrie, how are you doing?
I'm not so great. I could definitely use a Vegas vacation, although I would probably just curl up in a lush, high roller suite in the fluffy, cushiony, pillowy bed.
Let's be honest. If you showed up at a Vegas hotel right now, with a reservation at least, they would probably upgrade you just to keep you away from everybody.
The last time I went and I stayed up like 48 hours, and by the time I checked into the hotel, they took pity on me and put me in a
They put her in a really nice freaking suite, let me tell you.
Yeah.
Now, admittedly, you also look like you lost every last penny to your name after being up for 48 hours straight.
Don't you know who I think I am? I also look like I had a diaper because, friends, I had a tattoo. The classic back stamp tattoo, and it might have been protruding from my tank top. And so, I don't know, maybe they took pity on, hey, that is brilliant. If you wear a diaper at the Vegas casino.
Wait a second.
So you don't have to stop.
Wait a second here. So you stayed up for 48 hours and you look like you were wearing, you pulled the sad astronaut.
I did.
It makes total sense now.
Oh, hey, how to get an upgrade in Vegas.
Look like you're hopped up on Red Bulls and you just drove through the desert to get there. That's how you get the upgrade, apparently. Well, of course, now we're talking about it on a podcast. So clearly what happens in Vegas doesn't necessarily stay in Vegas. It gets put out there for the world to listen to. You're welcome. All right. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to take 3 movies each, a keep and a watch a pass, and each one is set in Vegas. Now, that doesn't necessarily mean that they have to be entirely set in Vegas, but let's be honest, once you go Vegas, you can't really get out of Vegas. So, Carrie, going through your list of movies, how hard was it to find things that you would consider to be set in Vegas?
Not at all. I mean, Vegas is so iconic that the minute it's used as a set piece, a backdrop. I mean, come on, the Strip with the Bellagio fountains and the Flamingo and the Luxor.
Yes.
Right?
I love the Luxor.
Oh, yeah.
The Luxor is great. All right. So here's the thing. Of the movies I went through, for the most part, you could say they're definitely set in Vegas. They don't necessarily stay in Vegas, or they're not entirely set in Vegas, but Vegas is a main plot point for me. I guess that's the big question too. Vegas is one of those cities. In any of the movies, and I'm not asking you to, spill the beans already. In any of your movies, is Vegas itself almost a character?
I guess you could say that. I mean, Vegas truly is the entity that lives and breathes, and the city that never sleeps.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
True story. I can vouch for that.
Take that, New York. But there's the thing. Of really any major city that films tend to flock to, Vegas is the one I feel like is almost a character unto itself. Yes, New York can be a character, but I find New York's more a character in like something like Sex and the City. That felt like New York City itself, and Manhattan especially was a character as well on the show. It was the four girls and Manhattan. Vegas has an ability to kind of take over the main star role. So it'll be interesting to see what our picks are. So Carrie, gonna get this Vegas party started. Your Keep movie set in Las Vegas, Nevada.
I'm going to be very, very basic.
Hold on. I have a feeling. I'm going to try and guess the movie. And if I am right, I may just have to hit the audience applause button.
Oh.
So let's see.
Get ready.
I have two buttons here. One's good, one's bad. Let's see which one I'm hitting. I'm going to guess. I'm going to put it out there that your Keep pick is Destiny Turns on the Radio. Oh, wow.
Come on, man.
Oh, no. I know what it is. I had my one guess.
Duddy.
I had my one guess though, so I now realize what it is.
You totally blew it.
I did.
You blew it. All right. Very Bad Things is, of course,
I should have guessed.
my pick.
I should have guessed.
Christian Slater.
Mm-hmm. Chris Elliott.
Jeremy Piven.
Yep. Cameron
Diaz.
In the greatest ending to a film, really, of the 90s.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, it is. And it's funny that I mentioned the Sad Astronaut because, of course, that was in Rough Night, which starred Scarlett Johansson, which is the gender-flipped version of Very Bad Things.
Right?
How did I not put two and two together? Apparently, this is why I don't win in Las Vegas.
That's okay. The cold has got you down. You've got brain freeze.
Okay, but I am surviving. It's a desert cold, right? It's a dry heat. I'll go with it. But no, I can easily see. And this is one of those films. You remember how I mentioned how 2026 is going to be the year of It's Not That Bad, where we seek vengeance against the whiteboard, because there were certain films. When we started this podcast, we were all like, oh yeah, we got to do this film and this film and this film, because we were ready to defend. We had pitchforks ready to go, and we had a list of films, and we were like, we're going to defend this film because it doesn't deserve to be so unfairly maligned.
I'm classy. I had a salad fork.
Okay, but that's why you were in the front. You were the cannon fodder of the attack line. But the problem is, you make a podcast and you have all these great plans, and then Shiny Pretty Things come along, and those Shiny Pretty Things are other really bad movies. And then that initial list gets lost in the ether somewhere. 2026 is going to be that year where we clear the whiteboard and we knock off the films that we were always talking about covering.
Now we put it in a book.
Well, yes, but it's also still on the whiteboard. And it's one of those things where I'm going to need some spray to help get it off because it's been on there for so long.
They're etched in.
They are. They're kind of part of the furniture now. But yeah, it's going to be one of those things where we do 2026 for us. It's our year. This is the year where we pick the film. Because we kind of side quested this year. But yeah, 2026, Very Bad Things is on that list. Because ladies and gentlemen, even though it has no business qualifying for It's Not That Bad, yet it does. And it's time to defend it. Next year, baby. Next year.
Oh, I've got my Windex spray bottle and my mop and possibly a baseball bat.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm out in the street in my pajamas.
Dear listeners,
crying.
If you're in the greater Toronto area and you see Carrie at a hardware store, just know very bad things is coming up.
I need duct tape, a shovel, and a whole lot of Glad garbage bags.
You just need a place in the room to hang up your coat and hooker. Speaking of films that are on the list of movies that we need to defend, my keep pick also falls into that list of films that 2026 needs to see appear on our podcast. But it's one film that takes place in a couple of different cities, Vegas being one of them. Of course, I'm talking about the greatest alien invasion movie of all time, Mars Attacks.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
Because it qualifies with a 55% tomatometer and a lower popcorn. Like, I can almost understand the critics not getting it. The audience? The what? But it also feels like this film needs to be there because I was putting my list together and, my watch was an easy pick and, my pass, and I found one and then I'm going to still stand by it. I get to my keep and I'm like, wait a second. How do I have an episode centered on Las Vegas, movies set in Las Vegas? Because the keep was my last pick. And I'm like, wait a second. In none of these films does either Wayne Newton or Tom Jones appear. Because that feels like a Vegas staple. Wayne Newton or Tom Jones. Well, guess what, ladies and gentlemen? Tom Jones is in Mars Attacks.
Or Carrot Top.
Okay, we covered Sharknado already.
Right.
But also, you're not wrong. Carrot Top would probably show up. But yeah, it's one of those things where like there are certain performers, they are synonymous with Las Vegas. Tom Jones is definitely one of them. Wayne Newton's up there as well. And yeah.
Chris Angel.
Yeah, Penn and Teller, I get it too. They would also, Chris Angel, definitely. It's one of those things where it's almost like if Vegas itself is a character, you have to have those characteristics. That's what it feels like. Tom Jones and Penn and Teller and Chris Angel, they are characteristics of Vegas and therefore must also be included somehow in Las Vegas.
Jason, Disney asked me to do this podcast thing. I need some advice.
You've got to have banger guests.
Walker and Leah. Daniel Deemer. Tim Simons. Adam Copeland.
You're the one asking the questions.
How? Why?
And they better answer.
I don't know anything.
Epic.
This season is just makeup.
Quest. I'm Arian Samhadri. Welcome to the Percy Jackson and the Olympians official podcast. Available wherever you get your podcasts. And watch season 2 of Percy Jackson streaming now on Disney Plus and Hulu. Learn more at disneyplus.com/what's on.
Kraft mac and cheese is the best thing ever. It's even better than pop music. You look just as natural enjoying us at age 13 as you do 55. Kraft mac and cheese. Best thing ever.
Did you know that parents rank teaching financial literacy as the toughest life skill? That's where Greenlight comes in, the debit card and money app made for families. With Greenlight, you can send money quickly, set up chores, automate allowance, and track spending with real-time notifications. Kids learn how to earn, save, and spend responsibly, while parents have peace of mind knowing smart money habits are being built. Try Greenlight risk-free today at greenlight.com/Spotify.
For my watch pick, I'm going with a film that, you know what? We've already covered on this show. So, whiteboard removed a little bit. But I'm talking about a film that is for its time, modern reinterpretation of films like It's a Mad, 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 Mad World, and of course, The Cannonball Run. I'm talking about Rat Race.
Oh, yeah.
And it starts in Vegas and eventually makes its way out of there with some destruction along the way. But this mammoth cast and this style of film, first of all, how did this film qualify? But really, it's like a comedy who's who of like early 2000.
And I love road trip movies too.
Oh, I know you do. I know you absolutely do. I mean, yes, there are some teams in the rat race that are funnier than others. Some where I'm just like, okay, we could just delete you and be fine. I don't know if it's a proper use of Rowan Atkinson or if it's just like, okay, well, we have room for Mr. Bean. Let's toss him in there. But it's still a fun film. So if you're looking for a good, mindless, brain on vacation, hour and a half of fun, Rat Race it is. All right, Carrie, for you, your watch pick.
I might surprise you with this one. I have always loved this particular movie, and it has such an excellent story about family and about a hidden life lesson about greed versus family.
Wait, I know what this is. It's the Saved by the Bell TV special where they go to Vegas. That's the one, right?
No. Wrong. I'm talking about Rain Man.
Okay,
The brother duo of Tom Cruise and Dustin Hoffman. I mean, come on.
Judge Wapner. Yeah, definitely Judge Wapner.
You know, he busts his brother out of a care facility to bring him to Vegas. Or actually, no, wasn't it that his father passed away and his brother needed to go with him to collect the winning or his inheritance. Yes, I was going to say winnings, but because it's Vegas, but no, it's inheritance. Right, but then of course he realizes his brother's incredible talent of counting cards and there are certain elements of winning. Yeah. While at the tables in Vegas, and oh my God, like an incredibly touching, moving movie, and I have always loved this, and the soundtrack was pretty phenomenal as well.
I mean, here's the thing, right? First things first, you think about Rain Man, and the minute you do, you should just literally stand up and start applauding Dustin Hoffman, because that is a fantastic performance on his part. But on the side of that is a very understated, against type at the time, Tom Cruise. Like, think about Tom Cruise around this time, right? Coming off of movies like Days of Thunder and Top Gun, and he's the action star, right? This is a right in the pocket, strong, toe-to-toe with Hoffman performance. He was
a little bit more in line with his character in Cocktail. Yeah. Where he's kind of down on his luck and he realizes he needs that money.
Yeah. I mean, yes. Obviously, Rain Man is a much better film than Cocktail, most notably because it doesn't have Don't Worry, Be Happy. Or Kokomo. Get rid of all those beach songs. But there's just something so confident, right? His character was not a good guy until he was a good guy. And Cruise leaned into the selfishness at the front, and you see it break away throughout the film. Like this, Hoffman's a great character actor. Cruise had a character arc.
Yes.
In this film.
Very much.
Right. That the two of them together. Fantastic casting, fantastic script. There's a reason why Rain Man is one of the best films of its time. All right, so now we get to pastime. So, Carrie, much like all the bad buffets in Vegas that you walk away from, what is your pass pick?
Well, I'm sorry, Mama. I'm gonna pass on an Elvis movie.
Oh?
I'm gonna pass on Viva Las Vegas.
Can I be very, 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 very honest?
Very blunt. Stop singing, please, for the love of God.
I mean, I don't want to sit here and trash Elvis, right? Because why? But I have never actually watched an Elvis film.
Okay, see, I grew up on watching old black and white, and at that point, they'd be like reruns, when they come on the movie channel, or if we could get a VHS copy, right? But my mom is a big Elvis fan, as you know. We've been to Graceland. We've toured his estate. And, you know, mad respect for the performer. You know, I am not dissing Elvis. Believe me, I want my mom to still love me and accept me.
You want to go home for Christmas. I get it.
But this movie, you know, Elvis is a not so lucky Jackson, right? He's a race car driver that is kind of used to winning, and he gets on a losing streak, and then, you know, tries to turn it around, and it's just kind of like you could almost cut and paste, rinse, repeat the storyline. But it was predictable.
That was the studio system like back in the day, right? You had an absolute megastar like Elvis Presley, and he was saying, well, his agent saying yes to everything. I was going to say the name, but then all I heard was, you know, Tom Hanks's bad accent in the Elvis movie that had Austin Butler in it.
But you know what? That is the thing, right?
The Colonel, yes.
It didn't, like, script be damned, plot not necessary. If it's got Elvis, it's going to print money.
Right. Elvis movies were a genre unto themselves. And sometimes, and I know our dear listeners can probably associate with this, sometimes you just avoid a genre, not because you think it sucks, but it's just not your cup of tea. Elvis musicals were not my cup of tea. All right. For my past pick, I'm going to get a little mad here. I'm going to get a little mad. More ragey. I'm going to have a little cage rage going on.
Oh, dear.
Yeah. I was thinking about this. I'm like, because there's a few Nick Cage films set in Las Vegas. I'm going with one. It's not a horrible film. It's definitely not one of Nick Cage's worst films. But if I don't ever see Next again, I think I'm okay with this, right? Nick Cage plays a Vegas magician who has the ability to see the immediate future, not the far future, but the immediate future. So the FBI is trying to help him, use him to stop like a terrorist attack. And it kind of gets a little timey-wimey from there. The thing is, this is also based on a Philip K. Dick short story. Philip K. Dick was the guy who wrote Do Androids Dream of Electric Sheep, which of course was the basis for Blade Runner. The story is called The Golden Man. But the thing is, this is a problem because this film has not one, but two fantastic actresses in it, and it completely wastes them. I'm talking about Julianne Moore and Jessica Biel. Next had promise. I think that's the thing. Like, I could take a film like Snake Eyes and be like, oh, yeah, no, Cage is, it's bad. No. It is what it is. Next had promise for me, and it let me down a little bit. Especially because I do like Philip K. Dick novels and short stories. So I was like, yes, no. And that's kind of where Next is. It's not bad. It's just not for me. All right, Carrie, please remind our listeners what your Keep Watch and Pass picks are for movies set in Las Vegas.
I am keeping Very Bad Things, watching Rain Man, and passing on Viva Las Vegas.
All right. I am keeping Mars Attacks, watching Rat Race, and passing on Next. Carrie, thank you so much for this. And to you, our dear listeners, the year's almost over. You know what that means. Coming up very, very soon, grading on a curve. The movies of 2025. You do not want to miss it. But until next time, you guys know the deal. If there is a movie out there that you think is unfairly maligned or a topic you want us to cover on Keep Watch Pass, hit us up on social media at NotThatBadCast or go to our website at NotThatBadCast.com. And while you're there, check out our merch section so you can help support the show. Until next time, she's Carrie, I'm Jay. You guys are awesome. This is Keep Watch Pass on the It's Not That Bad podcast channel and a proud member of the Pantheon Podcast Network. Take care.
Hey, Ryan Reynolds here for Mint Mobile. You know, one of the perks about having 4 kids that you know about is actually getting a direct line to the big man up north. Mm-hmm. And this year, he wants you to know the best gift that you can give someone is the gift of Mint Mobile's unlimited wireless for $15 a month. Now, you don't even need to wrap it. Give it a try at mintmobile.com/switch.
Upfront payment of $45 for 3-month plan equivalent to $15 per month required. New customer offer for first 3 months only. Speed slow after 35 gigabytes if network's busy. Taxes and fees extra. See mintmobile.com.